me, please give me a 111. I'm trying to set up my mic, so I don't know if you can hear me very well. All right, so if you can hear me, please give me a 111. Yeah, happy Sunday to each and every one of us. Those of us on Instagram, we've not gone live. Sorry about that. All right, so I believe we are live on YouTube, we are live on Instagram, and we are also live on Zoom. So when I'm looking this direction, I'm looking to YouTube. Here is Instagram, and here is Zoom. All right. Okay, so happy Sunday to each and every one of us. It's nice to have you here. Those of us on Zoom, hope you can hear me. Please give me a 111 if you can hear me. All right, 111 if you can hear me. I'm going to edit this beginning section. All right, so fantastic. So today we are going to continue with the section we had last week. All right, so today we are going to talk about the 8 building blocks of public speaking, which, like I said last week, presentation skill. Okay, so I believe we all understood our section for last week. Sorry, I didn't come on board last week. Okay, so let's talk about the 8 building blocks of public speaking. But before I start, I want each and every one of us to know that public speaking is presentation skill. All right, and I would like you to keep in mind that wealth, for you to build wealth, I already talked about public speaking and presentation skill being another way of you earning money, another way to build wealth for yourself, because you can speak to sell, you can speak and earn. All right, so now before we proceed, I would like you to keep in mind that wealth is a multiplicity of traffic, meaning you need people's attention in order for you to sell something to them before you can create wealth. All right, and that traffic must once you generate the traffic, you must lead that traffic to transaction in order for you to generate wealth. One of my mentors will always say, you need to generate traffic. Your traffic leads to transaction. When you generate people's attention, then you sell something to them, create a transaction with them, transact with them. When you transact with them, then you create profit. And your ability to duplicate your traffic generation, your transaction generation, and your profit generation leads to wealth. All right, so that is how wealth is created. Now let's talk about how you can create wealth through public speaking. I talked a lot about public speaking in our last live section, so today we are going to proceed with the 8th principle of public speaking, the 8 building blocks of public speaking. But before I continue, I need you to know that for you to make money, you must be ready to captivate people's attention, and that's the essence of public speaking. You must learn how to get people to make decisions in your favor. All right, for example, let's assume I start this video right now and my headline is, I'm about to tell you something very dangerous, and this thing I'm about to tell you, you must promise me that you must keep it a secret, because it's very dangerous for you to even hear. But when you hear it, promise me you keep it a secret. If I use that as my opening headline, guess what will happen? You pick curiosity. You'll be so eager and excited. What's this secret? What's this thing that is dangerous that Eminent Augusta is about to tell me? All right, so your curiosity will increase, and you'll be so eager, and you listen attentively to what I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, so now the moment I'm done talking, everybody will be quiet, everybody will be eager, everybody will be need to do what? To listen to me. Now notice what just happened. With the power of curiosity, I have created an increase in the value. I've created an increase in the value of your attention towards me. All right, so my listeners' attention has increased, which is now on the high. That is what curiosity does, and I've spoken about curiosity a lot of time over and over again. Curiosity is one of the ingredients that help you captivate people's attention and make them want to listen to you. Okay, so now that aside, now remember, the first rule of selling is your ability to connect with your audience. Remember, that is the first rule of selling, because you need attention. If you don't have people's attention, you can't sell to them. But when you get people's attention to yourself, you move them towards a path where they can make a decision in your favor. Then you can boldly say that you are doing what? You are a good public speaker or you're a good presenter. Okay, so that is it. So the first rule of selling is your ability to connect with your audience or your ideal customer. So when you're telling a story, ensure you connect, that story you're telling connects with your audience. Ensure it's relatable. Ensure that your story is relevant. All right, so that aside, I know I digressed a little, but that aside, now let's talk about the 8 building blocks and principles to speaking well in public, or you can call it a good presentation skill. There are 8 building blocks. Now your ability to master these 8 building blocks will put you in a position where you become a good public speaker. Now the first building block is what I call the opening. Now when we talk about opening, here you open your speaking with a story. You start by telling your audience a story. I need you to know that half of your audience can hate you or love you depending on how you open your presentation. Okay, so you can also lose 50% of your audience if your opening is bad. And you can also gain the attention of 60 or 50% of your audience within your first 60 to 180 minutes if your opening is good. Okay, so that is why you can't afford to mess up within the first 60 seconds or the first 60 seconds to minutes of your presentation or your speaking. Okay, your opening is the most potent power that can make you or make your presentation or break your presentation. And trust me guys, ladies and gentlemen, those of us on Zoom, don't worry, I'll answer your question. We'll talk about that later. Now trust me, when you pay attention to the first 60 seconds, your opening is great. Your opening is the most potent power you cannot afford to miss. If you miss it, you've missed half of your audience. Trust me on that. I can remember the first time I started public speaking. The moment I start talking, in less than 1 hour, all my audience, they were speaking. I had a very bad opening. But when I mastered the skill and the art of public speaking and presentation skill, within the first 60 seconds, my audience are so eager. In fact, it gets to a point whereby anytime their phone rings, they get angry. Anytime there is a distraction, they get angry because they want to stay. I can sit people down talking to them for 3 hours, 5 hours. They will not want to go home. Why? Because I started with a great opening. I captivated their attention. I was able to connect with them, and now they are flowing with me. All right, so here is the secret to building a powerful opening. You can go on YouTube and research on the top 5 best public speakers or speakers that you like so much. Then this is what you do. Listen to them over and over and over again. When I started public speaking, when I started my speaking career, one of the person I love so much that helped me develop my speaking career was Les Brown. All of you know Les Brown, the renowned world motivational speaker. He was a person that helped me. I listened to Les Brown like crazy. I ate his word for word, as in his material. I have over 200 videos of Les Brown. I consumed it, I shoot it, and me listening to him over and over again helped me in my presentation skill. Okay, so do that for yourself. All right, so the first principle is your opening. The second is your hook. Now the hook is that thing that you promise people, that you told them about, that brought them to listen to you. So the hook is that thing you promise them that they will learn from you after your opening. And it must be curiosity driven, guys. It must be curiosity driven. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Your hook, meaning your headline, must be curiosity driven. Okay, so once you've gotten that right, the third is your proof. Proof is like testimonial. Show your audience the success stories of others or even yourself. All right, show them the success stories of people in line with what you are about to sell to them or in line with what you are about to pitch to them. All right, the fourth principle is the training. Now in the training, that is where you give value. That's where you give valuable content. Okay, that is where they learn something from you that is of great value for free. Now from training, you now go to what we call the fifth principle, which is the transition. Now transition here is where you need to transit from your valuable content. Remember, you started training them on a valuable content. You are giving them something great to listen to. Now from your training, you do what? You transition. You transition them from your valuable content by delivering them into your pitch or by presenting that thing you want to sell to them. Now a good storytelling can make it easy for you to transition from training to what, to transition. As in, during your transition phase, what will help you to transition from your training, from the valuable content you're giving to them, to your pitch or to whatever you are selling to them, is a story. So a good story can help you bridge the gap. A good story serves like a bridge that connects you from your training to what, your pitch or your offer. And that will lead us to the sixth, which is what, your offer. After your pitch, you do what, you present your offer. Now when you present your offer, once you're done with that, the next thing is what, you go ahead to give them your offer. You go ahead to give them, you go ahead with the question and answer. Because the truth is, no matter how much you speak to people, no matter the heaven and earth or the promise of eternal life you give to people, as human beings, we like to play logic. All right, we will want to ask, is this real? We're not saying it, but we are thinking it in our mind. So the seventh principle is question and answer. You need to learn how to use question and answer to handle all possible objections that people will have about the product you want to sell, or about the offer you made, or about the pitch you present to them. Use question and answer to do what? To answer all possible objections. Okay, whatever that will prevent them from taking action on what you want them to take action on, or whatever that will prevent them from from not buying whatever it is you're selling. All right, so that is what you need to do. Use question and answer to sell by handling the objection. Every reason that will make them say no, I don't want to buy, or no, I'm not interested, or I don't have the money, or let me think about it. Answer all the objections. That is what a great salesperson does. We answer objections with what? Questions and answer. Okay, you can also use comparative analysis to ask them, when you're done answering the questions and when you're done handling the objection using questions and answer, you can also use what we call comparative analysis. Now, comparative analysis is where you ask them critical questions. And in presentation, you need to learn how to ask questions that will make people lean into you. Already you're asking them questions, and in their subconscious mind, they keep saying yes, 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 yes. So the more they say yes, eventually they'll ultimately give you that verbal and vocal yes. All right, so learn how to use comparative analysis to ask them questions. You can ask them questions about, now when you're asking them questions, make sure you frame your question in this line. When you're asking them questions, make sure you tell them, if what you're going to gain from my offer, whatever the offer is, X, Y, and Z, will give you the ability to walk above the current situation in your life right now, will it be worth it? Make sure that your question keeps saying, make sure your question ends with, will it be worth it? If X, Y, and Z solve ABC of problem in your life right now, will it be worth it? Now repeat that over and over again. Now once you do that, then you keep staking your question. Keep staking the questions of if it will be worth it for them. By the time you're done, they will keep saying yes, 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 subconsciously, and finally they'll give you the ultimatum verbal yes. All right, now the eighth principle to presentation skill is what I call closing. Now in your closing is where you demand for the sale. A lot of people, after having a wonderful presentation, they don't know how to call for the sale. They don't know how to demand for their money. So in closing, you close your presentation with a sense of urgency and scarcity. Okay, thereby when you're doing that, you are calling them to action, to take action immediately on whatever it is that you're selling them. All right, now if you don't intend to sell anything during your presentation, just start from number 1 to 5, which is your opening, your hook, your proof, your training, and transition into whatever pitch you're giving them. But if you want to sell them something, make sure you carry out the 8 principles. All right, okay, so I believe we got that right. The first is your opening, the second is your hook, the third is your proof, the fourth is your training, fifth is your transition, sixth is your offer, 7 is your question and answer handling objection, and 8 is what? Your closing. All right, so do we get that? Those of us on Zoom, did you get that? Those of you on Instagram, did you get that? Yeah, Jane, how far? Well done. Hello, thank you. MSE, thank you very much. Mrs. Boss Lady, God's purpose, thank you very much. Okay, so now that I've taught you the 8 principles of presentation skill, which is public speaking, let's practicalize it. So right now I'm going to do a presentation of all of you right now. Then at the end, you guys should tell me what you think, and I'm going to use this 8th principle while I'm presenting to you. So if you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. I'm going to take your questions once I'm done. All right. Okay, so hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be in your midst right now. It's a pleasure to be among amazing people right now at this very hour. Despite it is very, very hot and the heat is killing most of us in some parts of Nigeria, I even wonder at times if someone went to open the gates of hell slightly to about 4 degrees centigrade. All right, so despite everything, we move. Okay, so today I will be sharing a secret with you all that can change the trajectory of your business and your financial life. But you have to promise me one thing, that this information I'm about to give you, you're going to guard it with your heart. As in, you're going to protect this information with all your heart and preserve it like a diamond. Thereby, by way of implementation, all I'll be teaching you on this webinar, all I need you to do is to guard it as a diamond, protect it, and implement on it. All right. In the next 48 minutes, we'll be done with this presentation. Do you agree? Do you promise me you are going to protect the information I'm about to give you right now? You guard it with your heart by way of implementation. Did you promise? All right. Yes, yes, yes. I can see yes on Zoom. Okay, fantastic. So let's get started, and I promise you this is going to be one of the best events you've ever attended in recent time. All right, so a lot of things are happening right now. Currently I'm in Nigeria. A lot of things are happening right now, and it's still happening since February 2023, since after our election last year. Now the cash is crashing. We have cash scarcity. We have the removal of subsidy, and we have dollar to naira rates increasing and jumping up and down. Now this last 2 factors alone has led to daily increase in prices of commodities, products, goods and services, amenities and food. Now almost everyone is crying because everyone is now affected, both the rich and the poor. But do you know that even in the midst of what is happening right now, a lot of people, about 30% of population, are still making serious money from their businesses, even with the naira and the dollar rate dancing up and down. Do you know that? Do you know that a lot of people are cashing out big time with the increased rate of naira to dollar? Are you aware of that? Now, there's this man, a black African, that migrated as an immigrant to a different country for a better life. He found himself in the core heart of barbarians. He's a part of a country, a continent somewhere. Now, these people, they don't believe in God. So this man came across other Africans like him in the same country where he was living, and he discovered that these Africans, they were all living in fear under the barbarians. So one day he decided to do something. He decided to instill hope and introduce God to them. Now he started preaching the word of God to them, and God found favor in their sight until one day something credible, something critical happened. The barbarians, they discovered that this man and his clergy, that's his entire community, they discovered that he always gathers people to preach the word of God. And they sent out a word to him and to everyone that was listening to him in his community. They told him that anyone found speaking about God would be killed by drowning. Okay, so these immigrants, they became scared for their life. Nobody wants to die, so they stopped attending the fellowship. They stopped attending the fellowship because they were scared for their life. But guess what? This particular black African, the immigrant, was not scared. He continued with his ministry secretly. Then one day, one of the daughters of the head of the barbarian army fell in love with him, from Africa, the immigrants from Africa, and was caught by, and while she fell in love with him, she was caught by her betrothed, a barbarian official's son. Now this guy was passing by and caught his wife to be, betrothed wife to be, listening to the preaching of these black immigrants in a closed apartment. And guess what happened? Out of jealousy, he was so jealous, and you know what jealousy can do. Out of jealousy, he went ahead to report them. Okay, he went ahead to report them, and the moment he reported them, the head of the armed forces sent out troops to arrest this man. Okay, so when they arrested him, they called everyone to the square where they are going to pass judgment on this man. For what? For preaching the word of God. Okay, so the square is where they pass judgment to any offender by drowning them in a deep pool. There's a deep pool in the square. Okay, so they opened the iron veil that was covering the pool, and they asked the man that if he says that there is a living God as he claims, he should walk on water. And if he doesn't walk on the water, he's going to be killed. He's going to die by drowning. Guess what happened? The man tried to plead with them. The congregation tried to plead with them, but they refused to listen. So the man was scared already, and he looked at the faces of his friends and he told them, do not cry. But he was scared that everything was going to be all right. He was assuring them that everything would be all right, they should not cry. But he said all those things out of faith. Then after a moment of silence, they now asked him to step into the water, since he claimed that there is a living God. And guess what? The man put out his first foot into the water, and voila, he was standing. He stepped the second foot into the water, he was standing. And guess what? He couldn't even believe it himself. He proceeded with more steps, and he was actually walking on water. Everyone around him, everybody was surprised. Even the military forces, the commander had to even dip his hand into the water to see if there was something there, but he found nothing. He was trying to check if there was something there, but he found nothing. He had to even order his troops to go into the pool and drown the man. And the moment the troops jumped into the pool, they all died. They all drowned, except the man, the immigrant. He was still standing. Everybody was confused. Even the immigrant himself was confused, and he was asking the general, "Is this a joke?" Because he didn't even know what was happening until he was out of the pool. And later, the daughter of the armed forces that liked him came and said that, and whispered to him, as in called him aside, that she wants to talk to him. And she said that somebody said okay, so the daughter of the armed forces that liked him came out and said to him that she found out a way that the man will not die. And the man was like, "What are you talking about?" She said that she couldn't carry it in her heart for them to kill him. So while the whole drama was happening, she remembered a teaching that the guy told her about God, that God works miracles through human beings. So she now thought to herself, if God works miracles through human beings, meaning God uses human beings as vessels to help other people, and they call it miracle. She now thought to herself, what can I do to save this guy that I like, that I love? And you know what? She now went back home. She went to her room and she found a traditional veil. Now this veil has power. It has power in a way that once she wears the veil, she becomes strong, and it makes her invisible. This veil was a gift given to her by her grandmother whenever she wants to go to war. The grandmother gave her the veil so that she can protect herself whenever she's going to war. So she wore the veil and went into the water, because the moment she wears the veil, she becomes strong and she becomes invisible. And she went into the water and always offered a hand under the feet of the guy. And that was how the guy was saved. And the guy was so amazed. Now, what is the moral of this lesson? Let's not get carried away by this story, but what's the moral of this lesson? Now, having access to the right information, having access to the right relationship, having access to the right resources that can save you in bad situation, even if it's a matter of life and death, is very, very important and critical for each and every one of us. Okay, so now let me share with you my story on how I went broke. I was doing amazing well. I'm a young lady that started making money at the age of 12, and I became a millionaire at the age of 24. I was doing amazing well in life until I went broke. I went broke. I lost my dad. I was broken. I lost my business. I made bad decisions. I lost everything. I was at ground zero. But because I had access to the right information, I had access to the right people, I had access to the right relationship, I was able to do what, to start picking the pieces one by one and gathered myself back together. With the information I had, I implemented, I executed. With the relationship I got, I was able to leverage on them. With the resources I had with me, I was able to build back my financial life, build back my business, and right now as I'm speaking to you, I earn in dollars, not just in Nigeria, in different countries in Africa and outside Africa. I earn in dollars from different parts of the world, even in crypto. So guess what? Even with what is happening around, guess what? It's not affecting a lot of us. It's not affecting a lot of people because we don't earn in Naira. Okay, so if you have access to the right information, if you have access to the information that I know, the relationships I have, the resources that I have, guess what? You too can also do what? You too can also walk on water. And when you walk on water, you walk above the current situation that is happening in your country economy. For example, for those of you in Nigeria, and it's going to help you grow your business and your finances, and you find your business and finances thriving. All right, and a lot of people, when they see you doing well despite what is happening, they see you as a celebrity in your own business because they don't know how you were able to keep making money and keep growing your business successfully. In fact, they will just wonder how, because they don't know your secret. They don't understand the secret to your success. And that is exactly what I'm about to unveil to each and every one of you on this call. All right, that is what I'm about to unveil to you today. Now, have you ever wondered how some people are making serious money in their business? In some, you see the same business you're doing, a lot of people are making money, but you yourself, you're not making money. In the same business you're into, you're still struggling with few thousands, few millions, while others are earning in millions and in billions already in the same business, in their own business. Ladies and gentlemen, let me review to you the secret strategy that these people that I use and I use in helping a lot of my clients, that make them stand above water, that make them walk on water, that make them to make money and despite the challenges in the economy of their country, and grow their business regardless of what's happening around them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I do with my clients is I get to understand their business. So number one, you need to understand your business. What exactly are you doing? You need to position your business, because the first thing is positioning. Position your business in a way that you can sell your products, your services, whatever you're doing, to people outside your location, across border, outside Nigeria, outside Africa, in any part of the world. And for you to position yourself, you must ensure that your business is well registered. You have the payment system that can help you collect your money, that can help you collect money. You position yourself on the internet in a way that people can trust you, people find you credible. You have your website, because today the attention span of people is very low. You have your website whereby even when you're sleeping, people can go to your website or go to your sales funnel or your landing page, get all the information they want, and do what? Go ahead to make payments, and you wake up, receive your money, your alert, and do what? Deliver the product or the service. And most of these services, if they are digital products or services, is automatically what delivered to them because you set up automations. All right, so then you also go about running digital marketing. Learn how to run social media marketing to your products. All right, learn how to build your credibility, learn how to build trust, learn how to run digital marketing to your product, and learn how to do what? How to follow up and nurture your community. Learn how to build your community, learn how to build your list, learn how to create offers, that irresistible offers that people will not think twice, or people not think twice but jump on your offer. You also learn how to do what? How to set up automations through email marketing, WhatsApp marketing, and a whole lot. Ladies and gentlemen, what I just said to you right now is what I do to make money. I sell my services, I sell products, I help a lot of people. As I'm speaking to you, I've helped over 300 people, my clients, members of my community, to be able to stand above the current situation happening in the country, the economy and everything. And these guys are able to make money in dollars within and outside. I have a lot of them, but I can't, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. If you want to see the proof of the testimonials of many of my clients, and many people have helped them build and grow their business and also help them to start up a business online, go to eminentaugusta.com and go to my website, scroll down and go to the testimonial page. You see a lot of their testimonies, just to mention but a few. You see a lot of brands I've worked with, just to mention but a few. All right, so make sure you register your business with the right organizations, both in your country and on Google. Make sure that you set up and optimize your social media handles. Make sure you set up your payments portals. Make sure you set up a digital presence that makes you look trustworthy and credible. Make sure you carry out your content marketing that help you get your audience to know you, like you, and trust you. Make sure you set up your automations, your funnel, your website, your follow-up system, your closing, and trust me, you'll be good to go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now you can go about and implement everything I just said right now. Go about, implement, produce results, and come and share with me. Okay, all I've taught you right now, go about and implement. You can do it yourself, or you can allow me to hold you by the hand and show you where the stones are. As I show you where the stones are, as I hold you by the hand to support you to walk on water. Now, as I support you to take your step, one step at a time, to grow your business, you find yourself, your financial life, your business walking on water above the recession, the hardship of the economy, and you'll not be affected by the high prices of things or the uncertainties of the economy in Nigeria or whichever country you are right now. You'll not even be affected by the dollar naira moving up. Do you even know that as the naira and dollar is moving up and down, a lot of people are dancing and are praying that it continue? All right, so that tragedy that is affecting you, trust me, some other people are also making money from it. Okay, so now here is the offer I have for you. All right, if you're a business owner, you are a startup, and you want to learn how to position yourself on the internet, position your business, be it whatever you are selling, be it products or services, you want to learn how to position yourself well. Not just position, you position in a way that you can be findable, people can find you, customers can find you and locate you wherever you are. And not just that, you also want to be able to automate your processes. You don't need to employ a lot of people. Automate your processes. Have your website, your sales funnel, where people can grab all the information they need and buy what they want, and you receive your order, you ship to them depending on what is that. Automate your follow-up. If you want all this, we have two things. We can either do it with you, help you set it up by doing it with you, or we do it for you if you don't have the time. All right, and if you're here, you want to learn how to start an online business and how to make money online. Either you already have skills but you don't know how to monetize them, or you don't even have any skill or any business and you want to get started. This is what I'm going to do for you. I have a special offer for you. Everything I just said right now worth over $2,000. Yes, worth over $2,000. But I'm going to make a very interesting offer right now. For me to help you, work with you on setting up your business, that is around $8,000. For me to do everything for you, we are talking about $3,000. For me to help you start up an online business that will last the test of time, that will generate cash flow consistently for you, that is $1,000. For me to show you for me to help you navigate your way on different businesses you can learn and start online, that is also $500. All right, now all this, if you're to pay me everything I just mentioned right now, what about $6,000? But ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to pay that. Let me ask you a question. What if the number one problem you're having right now in your business, it could be low sales, it could be low customer patronage, it could be low visibility, or the number one problem you're having in your financial life, it could be that you are broke, you don't have enough cash. Right now, what if that problem you're having in your business or in your financial life right now, what if that problem is taken away from you? What if that is the only thing you gain by listening to me right now and taking me up on my offer? By helping you, holding you by the hand and helping you walk on water above the financial issues and the business issues, the issues you're having in your financial life and in your business life. Let me ask you, will that be worth it? Will it be worth it for you? Tell me. What if I'm able to solve that one problem you have in your business, or that one problem you have in your financial life? Will it be worth it for you to take up on this offer? Now, there is going to be an 80% discount on everything I just said All you need to do is to do what? To send me a message, comment in the comment section below, or send me a DM directly, or use the link on my bio or in the description. Connect with me and tell me that you watch this video, or connect with me and type the word business or finance. Either you type business or finance, or you type the both. Now this offer is only for 10 serious minded people, 10 success driven individuals who are ready to grow their business, who are ready to increase their sales, who are ready to build a business online that can generate consistent cash flow for them, a minimum of $100 to $1,000 per month online. The first 10 people to send me the word business or finance, to send it to me directly on my DM. If you're on Instagram, send it to my DM, or use the link on my bio. If you're on YouTube, use the link in the description, or use the link on my bio. Check my website, connect with me, or in the comments. The first 10 to send a DM, you're going to have 80% discount on everything I said right now. And also there are bonuses that I'll be giving you that worth $200. We are going to help you optimize your social media page, and we are going to help you create 7 days content and give you a 30 days content journal that can help you with your content marketing game. So ladies and gentlemen, how was my presentation? How was my presentation? Was it compelling enough? Yes, all the offers I said are real. Those of you on Zoom, I wasn't joking. The offers are real and they are valid for the first 10. All right, so do well to reach out to me using the link on my bio. Use my website, send me a DM, or use the link in the description below. All right, so now before we call it a day, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to know that when you tell a story, you need to pick the lesson from that story, the moral of the story. That lesson and that moral will help you transition into your offer or your pitch. All right, the moral of the story first before you go into the presentation. So use the moral of your story to do what? Transition from your hook to your presentation, or from your training to your offer. All right, and guess what? Everybody loves a good story. Story sells, more especially when those stories are captivating. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. See you in our next outing live section on business talk that matter with Eminent Augusta. Please do well to like this video, share with members of your community, post it on your status and various groups. Just help someone to learn how to speak publicly and how to present to people. And also don't forget to click on the subscription button if you're on if you're on YouTube. Subscribe to this channel, turn on post notification. If you're on Instagram, follow this page, turn on post notification, so that you don't miss out on valuable content that we are posting, that is coming live on this channel, on this page, and whenever we go live. All right, so I love each and every one of you. So I'll be ending the live right now on Instagram and YouTube. Those of us on Zoom will continue our conversation. Have a nice day.